Today's presentation is on non-QM processes and file flow. So I always start with definitions. You've probably all heard this slide before. We're going to fly through it, but we need it to make sense in your brain. And if you don't get the core of definitions, the rest of it doesn't really make sense. So QM means you meet agency guidelines. That's as simple as it is. A QM loan is a conventional, an FHA, a VA. You're meeting the agency guidelines. Non-QM simply means you don't meet those guidelines. It means you need to find a new box for your loan, but they're still doable loans. There's three kinds that we look at. One is delegated. Delegated is by far everyone's favorite because we control the turn times, we underwrite the file. The investor doesn't get it until after it funds. Non-delegated, we do almost everything, but that investor does underwrite the file for us. So there are turn times involved. It's not a horrible thing. If that's where your loan fits, then we can absolutely do non-delegated. And then our last one that we like to try last is brokered. Brokered, they do it all. You handle it, you go to them for it, they do everything. Brokered actually has nothing to do with my team, and we are very limited on our knowledge of brokered loans. So when do you pick an investor? Before you submit to underwriting, you have to pick that investor. I'm going to show you why, but we have to know what guidelines are we underwriting your loan to. So you have to pick it up front. And it gets really frustrating because you want to go out, especially if you're an LO, and you want to take an application and you want to get a loan and you want to bring it in the door and you want to throw it in the system and say, here you go. And you want us to say, oh, that would fit under Goldman Sachs. Let's do it there. And so I get it. It is a stressful thing to have to figure out where your loan's going to go. But there's ways to help you pick that investor. And I would always say start with pricing. Right now, our investors are either delegated or non-delegated, which mean no turn times or up to a couple days, but they're all really good. And so if your pricing is stellar at one specific investor, which the pricing changes all the time, then I would start there. Let's look at pricing and see if your loan will fit there. Then I say look at guidelines. Then I say look at turn times. It's a lot. And I know it makes your head spin. And so all day long, part of my job is, hey, Sherry, can you help me find where this should go? Hey, do you know the guidelines that this might fit under or might not? And so that's what we're here for. We're here to help you guys navigate. So how does it get assigned? This hopefully is a little eye-opening because I know sometimes the LO goes in and they just pick this gen conventional fix to get your loan into the system. And then you're not going to lock it yet. So you don't want to go into OB and lock it. So you just throw it on over there to your processor with a loan program of gen conventional fixed. And then your processor goes in and makes these beautiful notes to underwriting in a screen that says, hey, just want to let you know the LO would like this to go to Onso Bay or go to Chase or Vista or wherever you guys want it to go. And that's fantastic. But the problem is this is what we see. This is what your leads all see. So we go in to assign a loan to an underwriter, and the regular pods are going to skip anything that says non-del. They're not going to touch those because they know those are coming to my world, right? I'm going to go in, and if it says non-del, I'm going to find a Jeff, a Mary, or a Sherry and assign that loan over. Well, if it says gen conventional fixed, your regular pod is going to assume you want a regular conventional loan. And so they may not be assigning same day, and they may not even be assigning the next day. They might be on 48-hour turn times. So hopefully that gives you a little insight into why picking your loan program matters. Also, if you're going to flip investors, if you come over into Sherry's world and you're at Vista and all of a sudden everybody realizes that's not going to work and we need to flip it to NQM, if you don't change your loan program in the system, maybe Mary's your underwriter and she knows it got flipped, but she went on vacation and now Jeff is trying to cover for her. So he assumes you're still at Vista because you didn't change the loan program. So it's really confusing for everybody if that is not accurate information. That's why you'll see we email you and say, hey, please update your loan program. We're not trying to be bossy. We're trying to help your loan get done as it needs to. So who do I ask about a condition? For your condition, you always start with your novice underwriter. Delegated, they can ask the end investor questions as well as the lead and the supervisor. Non-delegated, they are your link to that investor. They access the reps and sometimes even the underwriter. So for FHA non-delegated, which I think is what Tina just wanted to know about, FHA non-delegated is stressing everyone out right now. And while we are well aware that it's not a perfect system and we are definitely in communication on how to make it better, it is part of our life and it is something we have to deal with. And so this slide is kind of to help you guys know right now where we are. Our current investors are Freedom Mortgage and Village. They are non-delegated. We depend on their turn times. Freedom is quicker. They have great turn times. They love looking at partials, but they also tend to put a ton of conditions on files. Village seems to condition less, but their turn times are longer. So again, to me, I say, look at pricing, pick one. Don't steer away from them. Your borrower still deserves a loan, but it's about figuring out the system that works for us all. So there's your current turn times on the left. We do post those on the hub every Monday. They're updated.